goes again. Hey folks, Dave here for Thunder Mesa Studio in Jerome. I'm down here on the floor today because that seemed like the best place to show you this fantastic old Lionel train set. You know, many times I've said one of the best things that's happened for me building this layout and opening it up for people to see is the people that I've met and the friends that I've made. And last Saturday, this older gentleman came to the open studio day. Older than me anyway, he was late 70s I guess. And we got to talking about trains and stuff, and he said he had an old train set in his garage in a box that he hadn't opened in 40 years or looked at, and he didn't really know much about it, or he didn't know what to do with it. One thing led to another, and the very next day he shows up with this box full of this old beautiful vintage Lionel train stuff. Track, transformer, locomotive, and he just gives it to me for free. I told him I'm not really in the market to buy one. He said I'm not trying to sell you one. I just wanted to have a good home. So here it is. It has a home now at Thunder Mesa Studio. As near as I can tell, the set is from about 1951. At least that's the copyright here, and the instructions. All the instructions and all the boxes and everything still intact. Just amazing. And the most amazing thing to me is I plugged it in. It's like the locomotive on the track. Didn't even clean the track, and it ran. At least it sort of runs. The tender comes off the track and causes a short circuit every now and again, but that's just par for the course with old Lionel trains. You gotta love it. Well, I don't mind telling you the studio is a total mess right now. It's a disaster area, and that's because I've got about 15 different projects going, from the new scene at Calico to the balancing rocks over there, to the riverfront, which I need to get back to the new moon effect that I've been working on, which is really cool. I'll show you a little bit of that. But mainly what I wanted to show you today was a new scene that I've decided to build right at the front of the layout. It's something I've always wanted to have, but could never quite figure out where to put it. Finally, I decided I'm just going to stick it right up front, and that's the new Boot Hill scene. And I want to show you the work so far in that. Well, there's not too much to see over here yet. Some of you may remember, not very long ago, I had put a dummy spur track here to display the old Mark F. Davis locomotive on. And, well, I decided that wasn't really a great idea after all. When I started to put the new riverfront scene in, all of a sudden it didn't really make any sense to have that spur track here. It became a track to nowhere. So, when I was looking around for a place to put the Boot Hill scene, I thought, well, I'll just pull that track out and put it right up here in front, and that way everybody can see it and be able to read the little tombstones, because we're going to have little gags on the tombstones, just like at Knott's Berry Farm or Tombstone, Arizona, if you've been down there, you know. So I started to rough that area in with some pink foam. I pulled up the old track that was here, scraped away most of the ground cover, and now I've shaped a piece of this pink polystyrene foam to be the low rise of Boot Hill. And next step is to glue that into place and add some texture around here to blend it in with the rest of the scenery. Okay, I think that's about all I've got time to show you this week. I got a whole lot more prep work to do before I want to get too carried away detailing things. But I did want to tell you, one of the reasons I moved this project to the front of the line and really wanted to get it going is because in about a month I'm going to have my first open studio and train night on October the 7th, Saturday, October the 7th from 5 until 8 p.m. We're going to kind of kick off the Halloween season here in Jerome. So I've been working on a lot of little projects like this, a lot of little lighting projects. Got the moonrise over Thunder Mesa effect, which I've been working on, get that perfected. And during the time lapse, you may have noticed that I switched out the mock-up that used to be over here and put this structure in. Funny thing about this structure, you may notice that it has no windows and no doors. Of course it will when it's done. It'll have windows and doors just like all the other structures. But you have this chilling challenge to figure out what it's going to be. I'll let you know next week. Until then, adios for now.